What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another car video. And today I am in Anaheim right now, heading down to San Diego very soon to hang out with my peeps. We had a great fan meetup last night with Gary from Nerdrotic, and that was awesome. We hung out for hours, just hanging out, talking. It was great. And Gary and I were doing a live stream right before the fan meetup, and during the live stream, the news broke that Benioff and Weiss, Dan and Dave, Game of Thrones showrunners, suddenly cancel their appearance at Comic-Con. How about that? How does that work out? From the moment it was announced that these guys were going to be at Comic-Con, literally everybody was like, this is a horrible idea. Why are these guys making an appearance at Comic-Con? This is a terrible idea. And it just continues to confirm everything we've said about Season 8. We all complained about it. Anybody with common sense complained about that garbage season, and people tried to dismiss the criticisms, as they always do in the entertainment business. When fans speak up and they call you out for your garbage, lazy storytelling, you always dismiss people, and you act like it's a small minority of people, that it's just a few angry white guys on the internet, that they're not valid criticisms, yada, yada, yada. They made this announcement to go to Comic-Con, and every single person, when that announcement was made, was like, what? You guys are going to get absolutely annihilated by valid questions about your decisions and your storytelling and your rush on these characters, your assassination of these characters, you completely abandoned so many of these characters. This is the worst season of television. This is the worst ending of television. At one point in time, Game of Thrones was on track to be potentially the greatest show of all time, and they completely botched it. And now, the bigger thing going on is that they're involved in a Star Wars movie. So they were going to have to go to this panel, get eaten alive by fans. The same fans that they claimed weren't that upset and didn't have valid criticisms. Now they won't even face those fans. And then they were going to have to face questions about Star Wars. These guys are in no position to touch Star Wars right now. Star Wars is in such a bad place. They left Game of Thrones in such a bad place. It's a recipe for disaster. It's rumored that it's going to be a Knights of the Old Republic era movie that they're going to be working on, which opens up an entirely different set of criticism for you, because the Knights of the Old Republic fan base is very passionate, and you've never went this route on a live action TV show or a film. So if you're going to actually dip your toes into the Old Republic era, you're asking for another level of fan anger if you piss them off. It's just, this is unbelievable. But this exposes these guys for what they are. They didn't want to give the fans any credit for the criticisms that they were labeling for Game of Thrones Season 8. And it started with Episode 3. And that was when I started complaining about it. And it started with Episode 3, and it just got completely worse from there. I did not think that it could get worse than it did after Episode 3. And it did. It got much worse. And here we are now. Like the day before Comic-Con, they suddenly cancel their appearance on the panel. And a few of the actors, too, I can't remember which actors, but a few of the actors canceled their appearance as well. It's just not a good look. This is not a good look at all. So, obviously, it's not going to have really... Game of Thrones is done. It's over with. I don't think that the controversy surrounding Game of Thrones is ever going to just stop, at least no time soon. I mean, hell, people are still complaining about Lost, even though I enjoyed Lost. People are still complaining about Lost. You know what I mean? But it's like, all right, now moving forward, if you're going to work on Star Wars and you can't even deal with fans asking you questions at a convention and you cancel the day before, how is that going to work with you're dealing with Star Wars now? Because as big as Game of Thrones was, Star Wars was bigger. It's hard to believe that maybe it's been so affected by Lucasfilm. But if you're going Old Republic era, I don't think these guys are built for Star Wars. I really don't. I mean, they with George R.R. Martin's stories, they were able to do some amazing things for the first 4 or 5 seasons of Game of Thrones, and then it took people time to realize how bad it was getting. It took me I mean, again, I know a lot of people didn't like season 7. I was fine with season 7, but episode 3, season 8 is where it all broke for me. And other people had called it out sooner than that, and those were people that were more versed in the lore of Game of Thrones. I'm not. But they were able to skate by having George R.R. Martin's stories kind of, for them just to execute his creativity. That's not going to be the case with Star Wars. They're going to have to create this stuff. They're going to have to take the Old Republic era that exists, and they're going to have to create stories from that. It's not going to be pre-existing storylines that they can actually tell. There's going to be pre-existing characters and pre-existing world building that they can utilize, but they have to put the creative input in it. And I just don't think these guys are cut out for it. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The whole thing is crazy. But again, I'm looking forward to, if you see me out and about, please feel free to say hello. We had a great fan meetup last night with Gary, like I said. I'll be hanging out with Jesse Milestone a little bit later. And it's awesome, man. I always enjoy being out here in California. I know California has a bad rap for a lot of these crazy loony left people, but for me, I always have a great time. Everybody out here always treats me wonderfully. I just had California Pizza Place, which it's not Pizza Kitchen, but it's California Pizza Place here in Anaheim. Their garlic bread is the stuff. Man, it's the stuff. I love it. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later. Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.